Okay, so we are here for our fourth day of C++ Essentials. So yeah, good evening everybody, good evening, and I hope my screen is visible to you. It will be in a second. Yeah, so good evening. How to redeem the certificate, Gamer Amit? For that, basically, you have to wait for the session to complete. So I think like by tomorrow, you will be able to download your certificate. You can share that thing on LinkedIn and anywhere you want, like share it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want. The thing is that you have to mark your attendance for every day. So like your attendance should be more than 50%. So I will just tell you how you can mark your attendance. So don't worry about that as well. So here we are. So good evening, good evening. And like today we are going to do about that loops. So the cliffhanger that I basically left yesterday. So today we are basically going to do that. So assignment कौन से GitHub पे link assignment सर assignment में कौन सा GitHub का link देना है like अपूर्व जो तुमने GitHub बनाया होगा तो उसको एक ही लिंक होता है तो वही बस शेयर करना है नहीं मल्टीपल नहीं होते एक ही लिंक होता है ना वो ऊपर जहाँ हेडर आता है सो लेट मी जस्ट शो यू लेट सपोज कि ये दिस इज माय गिटहब so you can just so let's just go with any let's say portfolio so yeah so this is your link is na? So just copy this link and you can share it with anyone. By the way, you can also share the link from here. So HTTPS and copy this link. Both the links are same by the way. So you can do this. And don't forget to follow me here. So this is my GitHub LUV-JRI. You will get all the codes that I do in the code in the essentials here. So by the way, I have a really exciting the URL or the header of the browser where to open the GitHub. You can just copy this thing and you can just paste it here. So that particular repo is actually going to open for you. Okay, that's very easy, straightforward, na? Sir, STL बताया. Yeah, sure, I will. Standard library, na? Assignment submitted. That's great. Yeah, Gamer Amit, if your attendance is completed 50%, so you can download your certificate by tomorrow. Yeah, good evening, Monica. Yeah. So, by the way, I have a really great announcement to make. Like, I have a great steal deal for you. So, अप्लाई किया है तो उसमें स्क्रीनशॉट गूगल पर अपलोड करके सर या अपूर्व that's completely fine. Yeah, that's you can do this. And by the way, I like your efforts. Like you first completed an assignment on an online compiler, then you took the screenshot and uploaded on the drive, and then you shared the drive. I like your efforts, by the way. Yeah, so stay tuned for the announcement. So don't go anywhere because so I have a great deal for you. Like it's been a long time I'm working here, and it's the most greatest deal I have seen since now. Before that, let me just quickly tell you how you can mark your attendance. So just go here, you will get a one link. Just click on this one link and basically you will be, so yeah, that was the announcement by the way. Okay, so just I have an announcement here because the announcement is on the screen by the way. So the announcement is like this. We are giving 7,000% straight off, like no, nothing, the 7,000 rupees straight off on our courses. So it's Diwali time. For the Diwali, we are giving you the full stack for web development course as well as the full stack data science course and 7% 7,000 off. Na? Just use the coupon code Let's Diwali. So this is the coupon code you can use and you can avail this. So this is just the Diwali offer and it's a gift from our side to you, all the students, all the aspirants and all the upcoming programmers here. So because we are targeting 50,000 employable developers by 2025. So it's a step ahead for that thing. Yeah. So just go here and don't forget to mark your attendance. So this is our day 4. Mark your attendance here. How much you like our session from 0 to 10. Just click here. So like if you're interested in our 6 months of Let's Upgrade program, and I'm pretty sure that right now you are, because on this program, you're going to get like 7,000 rupees off, like straight off. So you are going to get this in less than 30,000. So I think 27 or something like that. Yeah, and if you have any suggestions for us, you can give us some suggestions. So I will be very grateful and submit our attendance. Yeah. So, and how to avail this coupon now? So just copy this coupon here, or you can just click here, copy it, and just visit our website. So LetsUpgrade.in. You have to sign in here, by the way. So like it's very straightforward. So the coupon code is here. Go down, and these are the two offers, and we are giving you the huge giveaway here. So where's the coupon code? Yeah, this is. Let me just remove this thing so I can show you that thing. So let's Diwali guys, and just avail your coupons to get the full stack web development program and the data science program. So this is the course that I personally take. So we have many trainers here. So I also take a batch in Let's Upgrade for the web development. Here we cover everything from the very scratch to the very advanced. So we will cover HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, Express, MongoDB, databases, Next.js, and a lot more. We will cover 15 projects, and this course is like job ready. So I'm pretty sure that it's job ready because I'm taking this course for you. And same goes for the data science program. Here we will cover everything from ML algorithm, data science, NPL, big data, and the best data science practices. And this was enroll now and use this coupon code to get 7,000 rupees straight off. So it's a steal deal for you guys. Yeah. Okay. So this was the announcement. And yeah, link for the attendance is here in your description. So just go over here and click on this to get your attendance. So just this one link, just click here. Okay, so let's start with our today's session. So today we are going to learn about the switches and the loops. So let's just learn about the switches first of all. So what is a switches? Switch is basically another conditional statement. So yesterday I told you about if and else. Remember? So today I'm going to cover the switches for you. So switches for you. Okay. So like let me just show you an example here. So suppose I'm just going to see out here. See out. Let's say what is the coupon code for Diwali? Okay. So it's a question, and I'm just going to log it out. So end line, and just play it just to see. So yeah, here's the output I'm getting. Yeah, and I'm just going to create a variable here. So let's say character here. I just want to create a character, and character is like ans answer equals to, and like it's gonna be nothing for now, blank now. It's gonna have no value right now, and I'm just going to take the c in equals as an answer here, and let's just show the options as well. So see out here, and see out is like enter coupon code. No options. We are going to give option A, like it's let's Diwali, and line on see out, let's celebrate, option C, let's get together, and let's get started. So these are the 4 options I'm going to show on the screen here. Okay, so I'm just going to use this so many, let me just now add all of them in my user library. It's showing that these all are the wrong spellings. So let's have, okay, and let me just add all of these things in our library real quick so they won't show you any error here. So no action available, it's an unknown word. So basically I use a extension which basically checks the spelling for me. So it's saying that this spelling is like it's not a word. So just let me just disable this for now. So like it's code spell. So if you want to use this extension, you can use it. So it's just an extension which will allow you to basically check for any spellings and all. So it's just named as code spell. So that warning is gone now. And because let's Diwali is and let's celebrate is not a single word now, so it's showing us an warning. So just play so that we can see our output here. So just click on this play, wait for a few seconds because it just restarted, so that's why it's taking a little longer to get started. Okay, here we are. Execute our program to see the output. Yeah, so what is the coupon code for the Diwali? That's Diwali, option A. So yeah, let me just close this. So option A says let's Diwali, option B let's celebrate, C let's get together, and let's get started. So our user is basically going to put the answer here, so like A, and press enter. And now we have to check if this is the correct coupon code or not. So how you can do this? So if a answer is equals to, so what is this equals to is, so this equals to is actually a comparison operator. So yesterday we are using that greater than. Remember that we were using that greater than and lesser than. So like if I just use C out here, for the C out, let's just try to print out, let's say 12 is lesser than 20. So this is true or not? Obviously it's true. Like 12 is lesser than 20, isn't? So like this is basically a comparison operator. So we have one more operator here called double equals to. So double equals is basically used to compare two things. So if they are equal or not. So if something is equal, we are going to get a true as our output. Otherwise, we are going to get false as our output. So very straightforward, very easy. So I'm just going to use it here. So if answer is equals to A here. So in that case, so like I'm just going to see like C out. Hooray. You have on like not 10% here, like 7,000 discount. Okay, the character const. Okay, so let me just make it a string now. String instead of this character. uh Single put single not like this single. Okay, because in the case of a character we have to use the single quote. In the case of a string we use double quote here. And else say out, sorry, you have lost the chance. So let's just try this piece of code here. Okay, so let's just try this piece of code and play this thing. Okay, wait for a few minutes. So I don't know why I went. Okay, so what is the coupon code for the A? So I'm just going to go with A. Press. Hooray! You have won the 7% discount, 7,000 rupees discount. Yeah. And what we can do here now? What we can do? You can basically add multiple conditions here. So else, and you can also like put here if again. So else if we call this thing else if. So else if A and S is equals to B here. Yeah, B here. So in that case, we just want to show some another output. So let's say I'm just going to show the output. Let's say sorry. Like let me just put up B, and the output in I want to show in the case of B is that like you have chosen B and it's not the code. Okay, like something like this. Else if here ANS is equals to C here. So in that case, what I want to show the message, like if you have chosen the option C and it's not correct, and in same in the case of D here. Okay. In the case of any other thing, I just want to show the output. You have chosen the invalid option. So let me just go through this piece of code real quick. So what we are doing here. So if ANS is equals to A, like if the user have entered the A here, so in that case we will show this output. But if this is not the case, so if like we got a false here, so like suppose if the user have given the output like input of B, so this condition will be false. So this piece of code will get ignored here. So we will come back to this else. So this else here we are again checking for a condition. So else if ANS equals to B, so if yes, execute this code and ignore rest of the code Yeah. So what I mean by this, so here we are checking for multiple conditions by using else and if. So let's just execute this code one more time. Suppose the user will enter C here. So if ANS is equals to A, no, this is not because user input is C here. So ignore these piece of code. Else now again we are going to check for our value here. So if ANS is equals to B, no, it is not because the input is C. So ignore this code as well. Now move to the next else if. So if ANS equals to C, yeah, it is. So execute this piece of code and ignore rest of the code here. Okay. So this is basically if else statement. But as you can see now, it's so much confusing. Like it's really hard to keep track like what is happening. So by the way, just to check, just execute this program one more time. So I'm just going to go with the C here. So let's just put a C and press enter. So you have chosen C and it's not the code. Okay. So you have chosen the C and it's not the code. So what we can do here? So we have something called switch. So switch is another conditional statement which basically is used in these types of situation. Yeah, it is basically used in these type of situation. How we can use a switch? First of all, let me just remove everything here from it. And instead of if, what you can do here, just type switch. Just type switch here. Okay, switch. Let me just remove all of this unnecessary stuff. Okay, just type switch. And after that, use this brackets, regular brackets. And after that, use this curly brackets. Here, basically, we have to provide a variable, yeah, on which we are going to check for the condition. A variable we are going to compare, a value that we are going to compare. So here, I just want to compare this A and S thing. Yeah, so just put this thing here. And after that, inside this curly bracket, just put a case. So what is a case? So if case says if this A and S is equals to A, then execute this code that you are going to write here. Okay, that you are going to write here, execute this code. Okay, so you have selected the coupon code, that's the value. Okay, very straightforward. And you can basically mention multiple cases. So case B here. So in the case of B, I just want to execute this code. Like see out, you have selected the, you haven't like, you have selected B and the coupon. Okay, and the coupon code is let's celebrate is wrong. Okay, and you let me just add one more case here. Case C colon curly brackets, and here you can basically write the code that you want to execute if this condition gets true. And let's just do this for the D as well. So if the D is option, so execute this piece of code. Okay, so this is a switch, and switch is, as you can see, it's little easier for us to understand. Yeah, very straightforward, no fancy arrows and all, so it's very easy to understand. Okay, so it's basically this thing is a switch case statement. Switch. I'm just going to give you a recap. Like it's and on the first glance, it seems a little difficult, but at the end of the day, it's very easy. So let me check if all the brackets are correct, and let's just execute our program here. So let's choose option D. Press enter. So you have selected D, and the coupon code is let's get started is wrong. Okay, so okay, that's great, it's working, but only one thing is left. I think the two things are left in the case of switch. What will happen if none of the case is true? So if it is not neither A, B, C or D, so in that case, if you just want to show something else, so if you have a condition which is going to get executed if this A and S variable is not equals to either A, B, C or the D, so you can basically put a default cases. So just type default colon, and after that you can write anything. So you have selected the invalid option here. So here I can write you have selected the invalid option. So if a user will enter any other value than A, B, C or D, we are just going to show this default message. Yeah, so this is your default message. Let's just try it again. So play your code, and let me just put E here and press enter. So you have selected an invalid option. Okay, okay, that's great. So this is a switch case, but the problem, there is only one last part is remaining here. So let's just try to put an option. So what will happen if I just type C here? So let me just type C here and press enter. So see, I'm getting three outputs. So if I input C, so I'm getting, you have selected the option C and the coupon code is less together is wrong. Okay, so this is what I wanted. But I'm also getting, you have selected D and the coupon code let's started is wrong, and you have selected the invalid option. So why we are getting like this kind of output? So the answer is very simple. As soon as any one of the conditions get true, so here in the case, like this C case got true. So that's what will happen now. All the lines which are going to come after this are going to get executed. So it's a problem with the switch, by the way. It's a problem with the switch. Like as soon as any one of the condition get like true, so all the other things after this like this true condition are going to get executed. So like in this case, C got true, So we got this output, this and this well. If I put B here, so suppose if the input is B, so this case will be true. So we will get this output, this and this. So let me just show that thing as well to you. So just press this thing and let me just enter B here and press enter. See, I'm getting, you have selected B, C, D, and also the default one. So how we can fix this? So the fix is very straightforward. We also have to use something called break after each and every line. So use this break here. So what will break do now? Break will stop this thing from happening. So after each C out, you just have to put a break there. So let me just put a break here, break here, and break here. Okay. So what will happen? Suppose if I will just enter B, so this piece of code will get executed now inside this bracket. So first we will get this output, and as soon as it will come to this break, it's just going to stop. So no more outputs. So that's why we use a break. The things are very simple by the way here. So let us try if everything is got fixed. Execute a program, put a B here and press enter. So I'm just getting, you have selected the B and it's the wrong open code. Yeah. So this is about the switch case. And I'm just going to combine this thing with a function to basically get something more. Yeah? Like you can basically create something like loop and all. Yeah, we can do that by the way. So we will do that. So I will create a loop, and also we will use function loop and this switch case together to basically create this sort of game here. So by the way, so do you want me to repeat this switch, or you just got like since switch case completely? It's more than enough for the coding. Okay, so let Okay, Kiran, I'm just looking for to create some sort of application, like we cannot create the GUI. What is GUI is na graphical user interface. So we are just going to create an application which is only going to execute in the terminal. So first constraint is this, because if I just want to cover that user interface. So if you want to create an application with a graphical user interface, so basically we have to uh, like extend this session little more. So we are just going to create a like this is just kind of terminal application. And by the way, this application will work. So whenever you execute a program, so in the exact same folder, you will get this exe file. Na? Just click on this thing. So you have basically created your own program. So see, this is our own program. So what is the coupon code for the Diwali? Let me just put a here and press enter. So basically, I have to basically add a C in at the very end. So we'll create this kind of game here tomorrow. Yeah. Else, if is better than the switch. Like Coil, it completely depends on the situation. So if you have a situation where you basically have to check for the multiple things, and the comparison is equals to, yeah, where you want to check for equal, and for the multiple things, just go with the switch there. So such as no Kairav. Yeah, Kairav, it's not like this. Sir, the answer is case sensitive. Yeah, answer is case sensitive. Yeah, answer is case sensitive. So like you cannot put A or O. A is in small will not work here. Like in Geo, break is not mandatory. Mahesh, break is not mandatory. But what will happen now if you don't provide break here? All the statements after that particular thing are going to get executed. Yeah. So that's the thing. So okay. Assignment का क्वेश्चन अमन यहाँ मिलेगा यहाँ just click on this one link and you will get everything here. You can join the group as well. So here you can join the group as well, our Telegram and the WhatsApp group. Here you will see all the updates and all. For any kind of doubts you have, you can just join this group so you can ask their doubt as well. Oh, that's great. Dhanshu Satarvedi is asking like what is the difference between if else and the switch. So basically there is no difference. Previously we did this same thing, execute like we performed this exact same thing using if and else. So there is no difference. But the thing is what you feel comfortable with. So what kind of, so in this kind of situations, I will basically just go with the switch, yeah, because switches are very easy to work with, easier to read. So instead of if else, if else, if else, if else, just use the switches. So if you have some multiple conditions, so just go with this thing. And the operator should be na equals to. So here we're checking if answer is equals to A or B or C or D. So something like that, yeah. So that's all about switches. And let me just move to the next part now. So let's just clear this. So why don't I just create a repo so that we can share this code with everyone. Initialize the repo. Like it's too late to initialize this, but okay. And it's going to be our initial SWI reset switches and commit it and publish the branch essentials, and it's going to be public. So I'm just going to push this code on my GitHub so you can just copy paste the code from there. Let's just create a branch here, SWI. I'll just add all the code, yeah, like for the console log, for if and else functions, everything. SWITCH switches. Press enter, publish the branch. And now let me just create a new branch for the for loop. For loop here. Okay. So now let's just understand what is a for loop. What is a for loop? So suppose so you want to execute a line of code multiple times, like if you want to do this hello world, suppose 1,000 times. How you are going to do this? Basically we can copy paste this thing like thousand times. Like it's not the best solution that we can do. We are the programmers, so we can basically figure out a better way to do this. So in these kind of situations, we can basically use a thing called loop here. So loop is basically going to execute a piece of code repetitively depending on a condition. So it's just when we are going to create a loop now, what will happen? It's going to execute this piece of code again and again, again and again, and until and unless there is a specific condition that we are going to provide is false. So let me just show you an example here. So we have one kind of to execute a loop, just type for and just type these brackets here, and after this have this curly brackets here. Okay, and just do cout hello. Okay, so this for loop is basically going to execute this piece of code again and again and again and again and again and again. And here basically we have to provide some conditions and things. So let's just write the conditions here. So how you can write this thing? Just go over here and first, so this for loop have three parts here. So we basically going to have three statements here, three parts. This is our first part, this is our second part, and this is our third part. So in this first part, we basically have to initialize something. We basically initialize a variable. So let me just initialize int I equals to 0. You can basically create any variable with any name, but generally we just go with I. Yeah, most of the time we just go with this I here. For the second parameter, we pass a condition. Why? I will just tell you, like why we have this sort of syntax here. So there is a reason why we have this sort of syntax here. So don't worry about that as well. So let me just pass I less than 10. So the thing is that if you pass a true here, if we have a true here, this piece of code will get executed. So if you have a true here, the code you are going to write here is going to get executed. Okay. And at the last, we have to pass the last condition. So here I'm just going to pass I equals to I plus 1. I equals to I plus 1. So let me just tell you what is this I equals to I plus 1 is. So for that, I will just remove this thing. So let's just create an integer variable a, which is equals to 2. Okay, 2. And remember that you can basically change the value of any variable. So I'm just going to do a console.log, like log out. Let's just log out this value of a here. Let's see what we are going to get an output. So we are getting a equals to 2. And after that, we can basically change the value for the a at the any moment of our time. So now a equals to, let's say, make it as 10. And let's just log out the a one more time. Plus to see our output. See, I'm getting a equals to 2 here, here. And after that, we change the value of a to 10. And after that, we are getting this output a equals to a plus 10. So remember that your code is going to get executed from top to bottom. So each and every line is going to get executed one by one. So first it's just going to go through this line, and then this line, and then this line, and then this line. So first line said that make the value of a equals to 2. In the second line, we were logging out the value of a. So we got this a equals to 2 here. Then we change the value of a to 10, and after that we are logging out the value of a. So we got 10 here. Okay, from 2 to 10 here. That's great. What we can do now, why can't we just do this? A equals to a plus 10. So what I'm trying to do here, so first the value of a was 2, then log out the value of a. So the value of a is 2 here. So we got this thing. Yep. And in the next line, what I'm saying here, that make the value of a equals to a plus 10. So first is going to resolve this thing, that what is a plus 10 is. So just look for the current value for the a. What is the current value of a? 2. So just replace this a with the 2. So 2 plus 10 is equals to 12. And now the new value for the a is going to be 12 here. Okay. So we are updating a variable. We are updating a variable using that variable. Yeah. So like I'm updating myself, something like this. So let's see what we will get in our output here. So see, I'm getting 2 and the 12 here. Okay. So I'm just going to do here a equals to a plus 1. I'm just going to do here a equals to a plus 1. What does it means? That a equals to a plus 1. So replace the value of a with the current value of a, that is 2 here. So 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. So now the latest value of a is equals to 3. So we are basically incrementing the value of a by 1 here. So we are basically increasing the value of a by 1 here. So a quick save and execute our program to see the output, and then we are getting 3 here. So here I am just incrementing the value of a by 1. And what you can do now, instead of writing this whole a equals to a plus 1, if you just want to update a value of some variable by 1, just use plus plus here. So we also call this thing increment operator. So this is only going to work with the integers and sometimes also with the characters. So it's an integer and we are basically incrementing the value of a by 1. So just execute a program. I think we have to write this thing here. Okay. So plus plus a here, plus plus a. So we are basically incrementing the value of a by 1. Yeah. So either you can write this plus plus a, or you can just write a equals to a plus 1 here. Okay. Both are same. So that was the thing I basically have written here. So in our for loop, remember I just told you that we have 3 parts. So in the first part, we are going to write. So this is our for loop. Let me just start from the very beginning. So this is our for loop. Yeah. This for loop will have the 3 parts here. And this is the piece of code which is actually going to get repeated here. So inside this first part, we basically initialize something. Let me just initialize here int a equals to 0. Okay, int a equals to 0. In the second part, we are going to check for a condition. So let's say until and unless a is lesser than 10. A is lesser than 10. So if you will get a true here, this piece of code will get executed. Yeah. And after that, whatever you put in this third part is going to get executed. So what I mean now, suppose if we have a true here. So whatever code you have here is going to get executed. So just now we just have a single line of code, so it will get executed. And after this execution, whatever you will put here is going to get executed. So let me just put here plus plus a. Okay, plus plus a. That's all. Or you can just also put a plus 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 a, both are fine. And let me just execute this thing just so that we can see our output here. So see, I'm getting hello world, hello world, hello world so many times here. Let me just execute and program one more time. See, hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 times we are getting a hello world. So let's just understand how this loop actually works and why it works like this. So remember that this thing gonna have three parts here. This thing going to have a three part here. So let me just change some setting here. Okay, let me just make it false. Okay, let's just execute a program. See, we are getting hello world 10 times here. So how our loops actually works? So whatever you write here in this first part is going to get executed one time before the execution of our loop. So even before a single line of your loop is going to get executed, this line is going to get executed. Yeah. So it's same as you can write this thing here as well. Yeah. So you can write this thing outside of the loop as well, here as well. Yeah. So you can write this thing outside of the loop, but just before your loop. Yeah. Just before your loop, or you can write this thing here. So whatever you will write here is doing like this same. These two things are same. Huh? You can write here or here. Both are same. But we generally write this thing here. So instead of putting this thing outside of the loop, you can just put this thing here. That's all. That's all. Now it's going to come to this second piece of code. So if you will have a true here, then your piece of code will get executed. That's great. So right now let's see. A is equals to 0. So it will move to the second part. And what second part says? That A is lesser than 10. So what is the value of A here? 0. So 0 is less than 10. It's true. It's true now. So it will execute your piece of code and then it will move to your third part. So what third part says? That increment the value of A by 1. So now the value of A is 1 here. Okay, and now it will come back to the second part and we will check for the condition one more time. So now what is the value of A? 1, because it got incremented now. So 1 less than 10, it's true. So again execute your piece of code and it will come to this third part one more time. So here in this third part we are incrementing the value of A by 1. So now the value of A will be 2. Okay, the A is 2 here. Check for the condition. Is A is less than 10? So 2 is less than 10. Okay, true. So again execute this piece of code. So like we are looping. So there will be a time when the value of A will be 10. Okay. So after this incrementation, the value of A will be 10 here. So 10 less than 10. Can you just answer me? 10 is less than 10 or not? 10 is less than 10 or not? Like obviously not, because 10 is not less than 10, it's equals to 10. So we will get a false here. So as soon as you will get a false here, this loop will end. Okay, this loop will end, and that's all. So I can basically instead of doing this hello world, let me just put a I here. Sorry, A. No, A here. So let's see what is the value of A after each iteration. So we call this thing iteration. Execute a code and I'm getting 0 for the first loop. The value of A was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Why till 9? Because when the value of A was 10, so the condition became false. So our like loop stopped there. Okay, so that's how we got 10 here, like till 9 here. So this is a loop. Now let me just show you a fun part. So whatever you will, if I just directly type here true, so this loop is basically going to get into infinite loop. Why? You can basically seal this like this. So it will check for the true here. So we already have a true here. So just execute a piece of code and just come here and just come here. So as soon as it will come here, so we are going to increment the value of a from 0 to 1 and come to the second part, and we have a true here. So it will come again here. So it will basically get inside an infinite loop. Yeah, because for each and every time we are basically just getting true, 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 true. And if you don't believe me, let me just show it to you. So it's called an infinite loop. So just play this thing. So see, it's not even ending. I'm getting 235 and like it's like continuing. It's not stopping. So it's a continuous loop. So see, we are like at this number. Let me just stop it. So just click on this stop button here. So now our code is stopped. And like we got like, what is this thing? 400,000, 7 lakh, 57 lakh, 71,480. So like this much amount of number we got in our output. So that's why we always put a condition. We always put a condition instead of true. And if I just put a false here, so like this loop will not get execute not even one time, because we are just directly putting a false here. So instead of putting false or true, just put a condition like this. Just put a condition like this. Why? So we know that this condition will become false someday. Like this is going to get false. Okay. So now the fun part begins here, that you don't have to basically put all these three values. You can basically leave these three things empty as well. So as I told you, we basically write here, like in the first part, you have to basically mention a thing which is like going to get execute one time before that starting of your loop. So you can write this thing here as well, and you can leave this part empty. You can leave this part empty. Yep. And for this third part, so this third part will going to get executed as soon as all the code that you have basically mentioned here is completed. So why do you can also write this thing here, like after this thing, and you can leave this thing empty as well. Yeah, so you can leave this part empty as well. So like this is also a for loop. Yeah, it's also going to work. It is also a for loop. Let me just show it to you. Like nobody will tell you that you can do this. Okay, forceful enable. Okay, please. Okay, I think the take effect. Let me stop it and execute the program one more time and see, we got our output here. We got our output here. Okay, so let me just play it again so that we can see our output. Yeah, so this is our output here. Yeah, this is our output. So you can basically write this thing in this manner as well. Yeah. By the way, we will basically write this thing here because we have to, like no reason. You can just do this thing here. Okay, so that's all about the for loop. So now I'm just going to ask you for the doubts, and after that I will just recap it. And we basically have two more types of loops here. One is called the while loop and another is called the do while loop. Before that, let me just go through the chat so that I can see if you have any doubts here. Sure extension for this color. Okay, Sai Prakash, I will tell you about this. So any doubts? Do you want to want me to recap? One more example for loop. Yeah. Okay, Rocky will have one more example for the for loop. Yeah, Aman, don't worry. Like Aman, the thing is, like if not today, tomorrow we will obviously cover that thing for you. But by the way, Aman, I think in the first or second session, I've already covered that STL thing. So just have a look there. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Exit and break. So exit is basically a little different. So it's just going to use to exit the program altogether. Yeah? Okay, so I'm just going to go through this for loop with a different example one more time. And let me just tell like which it's the default, I think. VS Code theme. Okay, no, false, yes. So we will so have so many chat here. What does the two means in the code? I think you're talking about these semicolons. So basically we have to use this after each and every line, yeah, after each and every statement. So if I write here, let's say int a equals to 10. So this is a statement. Yeah, this is a statement. So after each and every statement, you have to use the semicolons. Otherwise, you will get error. Okay, so theme I'm using is material theme. So let me just go through the color theme. It's community material theme. So like it's a pack of theme. You can just go through all the themes and all. So it's a personal theme for me. I just use this one personally, and I also use this one as well. So one theme is this I use most oftenly, and this one. So community, this one. So this one, where it is. So community material ocean theme ocean high contrast and pale light high contrast. So I like this one and that one. So both the themes are one of my favorite theme. And the font I'm right now, think let me just see which font I'm using. So I think the font I'm using is uh, font here. Let me just see the font. It's Dank Mono, I think, not the Victor Mono. Yeah, it's the Cartograph CF. Personally I use Dank Mono most of the time. Dank Mono. So Dank Mono. So it's one of my favorite font. But the problem with this font is na, it's little thin. So while taking the classes and all, so students feel it difficult to understand what I'm writing here. So that's why. So this is my class font. So whenever I take any session, I just go with this cartograph. So this cartograph is little thick and very easier to understand. But this is my coding font. Dank Mono. I have so many fonts, Haslake, Raclac Mono, and Operator Mono is again a really great font. Cascadia Code. Yeah, so these are some of my favorite fonts. So like this Dank Mono is one of the favorite font. And what was the next? Yeah, for the extensions, I'm like if you update your VS Code, you will automatically get this brackets. And either way, either you can just go here and look for bracket here. So bracket color pair, something like this. Yeah, this thing, rainbow bracket. So you can use this extension to get colored brackets and all. Yeah. So bracket pair. So this one, bracket pair, customize color, or this one. So just look for the bracket and you will get these two. By the way, like in the latest version of VS Code, we already have these bracket colors. Yeah, where I was at. So why don't we just, so let's just go with some more examples here. So here, I'm just going to see out, enter a number here, tip, okay. And let's just use and line. Okay, that's great. And after that, I will create a variable int number and C in number. So we'll store the value inside this. So let me just put this thing here. So we will create an integer number, enter a number, and we will save the number here. And I'm just going to write a code here for int I equals to 0. So initial value until and unless I is less than number, execute the code and every time increment the value of I by 1. And see out here, see out I. Okay. So what we are going to do here. So in this program, I'm just going to create a variable number. I'm just going to ask the user to enter a number. Then I will save that number into a variable. And then I'm just going to loop through. I'm just going to loop through until this number. Yeah. So we will start from the 0, or we can start from the 1 as well. So it's not mandatory to start with the 0. We can start with the 1 as well. Yeah. Start with the 1 here and execute the loop until and unless our value of I is less than the number, and this number is actually we got from the user. So let's suppose the user will enter 5 here. So int I equals to 1, I less than number. So let's suppose in starting 1 is less than 5. True. Execute this code, come to this third part, increment the value of I. So you can write I plus plus or plus plus I, both will work fine. Now come to the second part. Now the value of I is 2, 2 less than 5 again, and just execute the piece of code here. So let's just try this program now. Let's just go over here. Enter a number. Okay, so like now I have to basically make a change here. That setting now. Remember that setting? Like you cannot. So like we can, if you just play it now, if you just play it, you won't be able to type something here. So it's not possible to type here. Yeah, your keyboard won't work. So for that you have to change the make in the setting. So just go your settings. In the settings, like in this icon, settings, look for code runner. Code runner here. And you will see this. Where is the thing? Code runner. I think I have to type output as well. The code runner terminal. Yeah? Code runner terminal. Yeah. So you will get this thing. So just type your code runner terminal and just select this one, this first thing. And now we will basically get this option of entering the number as well. So now our code is going to get execute. Enter a number. So let me just put 20 here. Press enter. So I'm just going to get output till 20 here. Okay. So let's just step ahead and what we can do now. So instead of looping your code till your number, why won't we just loop through from 1 to 10? I'm just going to put here 11 for now and multiply your I. So this I will basically 1 2 3 4 5 6. Multiply this thing by your number. So what we will get here, a table. So in the first loop, the value of I will be 1 now. So 1 multiplied by, let's suppose user entered 5. So 1 multiplied by 5, we will get 5. For the second loop, I will be 2. So 2 multiplied by 5, we will get 10 here. For the third loop, 3 multiplied by 5, we will get 15. So this will continue until and unless like 5 multiplied by 10. So value of I is 10. So we'll get 50. And for the next loop, so 11. So 11 less than 11, not false. So we will count out of the loop. So by using this, we can basically print a mathematical multiplication table for any number. So let me just put here, enter a number. So let's just put 23 and press enter. See, I just got the 23 tables. So 23, 46, 69, 92, 115 and till 230. Yeah. So this, by this, you can basically print a proper like mathematical table here. So if you just want to decorate it a little bit, so I can just put here, let's say, what we can do now, I, and let me just put a star here, multiplied by number, let's just put this thing, equals to I multiplied by number and en. So I'm just decorating this thing a little bit. So let's just execute a program one more time, enter a number 22, press enter. So 1 multiplied by 2 until this. So I think let's just have a little bit of space here as well, and a space here as well, and here as well. So it will look little cleaner. Enter number 24. See, 1 multiplied by 24 and dot 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 dot. Yeah, yeah. And what I can do now, let me just create one more variable, int length. And length will be by default 10 here. So what will be this length? So length will be actually length is going to basically until when you want to get the table now. So right now it's 11. So let me just put this here. So instead of this 11, I will basically put, instead of this 11, I will just put this variable length here. Okay. And you can also ask the user for it. So like see out, after this, see out, enter the length now, enter a length and see in length. So user can basically also mention any length here. So let us execute a program. So enter a number, so 23, and length, let's say 30. So we are getting the table of 23 till 30 here. Okay, till 30, like till 29. Okay, let me just add one here. Okay, execute a program. Sorry. So what we are going to do? So like, what is the problem here? So like, we are getting like 10 less than 10 is a false, isn't it? But we have one more comparison operator which says less than equals to. So if it is less than or it is equals to, in the both the cases the condition will be true here. So it look like this, na? It look like this. So let's just use this one. Less than equals to. We also have something called greater than equals to. So I'm just going to go with less than equals to here. Okay. So instead of doing this 11 and all, just use this operator. So it will also check for the like equality as well. So play your program, enter a number. Let me just put 23, length 30, 20, and you will get the output 10 till 20. And let me just show you one more thing that you can basically get. And let me just put this thing in. Yeah. Okay. So execute a program and you will get an executable for this program. Na? So where you have created a program, you will get this file main.exe. So you can just click on this. So this is our program. So this will obviously is going to get open in this black screen. So enter a number. So this is basically a program. I can share this program to anyone. Enter a number 27. Enter a length 35. Press enter. But as you can see, that program basically got closed, like it automatically got closed. So for that, you can basically put this thing, C in dot. So it will stop your program. We will understand about this like tomorrow when we are going to create a project first of all. So that's it about the for loop. No? That's it about the for loop. We will basically have a recap for the for loop. Okay, so it also get executed. Okay. Okay. So is there anything like inheritance? Yeah, we have this all the oops concept in the C++ as well. Yeah, you will, Aman, you will be able to. So I don't use the GitHub to submit the assignments. You can use the Google Drive, Aman. You can use the Google Drive. Okay. Okay. So I think that's it for today. Tomorrow we are going to have a recap, and tomorrow we are going to create a project. So we will have a recap and we will create a small project. We will understand how to work with the programs and all, how you can do this. But before ending this session, I would like to tell you about two things. First of all, if you just want to know more about this thing, you can anytime you can just visit our website and you can just get enrolled into a future app subscription. So we have this future app thing here. So it's like a Netflix for the developers. You will get everything like newsletters and all. The cost is just 400 rupees. For the 400 rupees, you will get 2 months of the access, like it's 399. You will get 60 days. Each and every week, you will learn a new skill, and for that you will get a certificate. So if you want to learn about Java, JavaScript, DSA, blockchain, responsive website, etc., just go here. And we also give some content according to your demand. So you can also ask us for some extra content here. And it's a great time to purchase a full stack course. So use this coupon code Let's Diwali and get the straight off of 7,000 rupees on our two like flagship courses here. So I hope I will see you in the class. Like it could be the future dev or it could be the full stack. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye and have a nice day.
Hey, hi guys, this is Sai Kiran from LetsUpgrade, and I'm here today to congratulate you all guys for completing or like for pursuing our Essentials program in various fields what we do. And I want to tell that yes, this is amazing program what you're doing. But if you want to continue this learning and want to take your career to next level with a one-on-one personal mentorship, what we are not providing in essentials, and also build real-time projects, then join our 6 months PGP full stack program in data science or AI/ML or web development in MERN stack or Python Django. That's it. Bye bye.